What's up, everyone? If you're a BTS fan, an ARMY, or literally anyone who has been following K-pop for the last few years, you need to sit down for this, because what I'm about to tell you is going to send your heart racing. We're talking about the single most anticipated concert event of 2026, and it's all centered around one man, Park Jimin. The BTS reunion tour has officially been announced, and the Los Angeles date in September is already causing absolute pandemonium across the internet. Industry experts are predicting something that sounds almost impossible but is totally real. Tickets will sell out in minutes, maybe even seconds. And before you think I'm exaggerating, let me take you through exactly why this is about to be the most intense ticket battle in modern concert history. Let's start with some context, because this isn't just another concert announcement. This is 4 years in the making. 4 years of waiting, hoping, and wondering if we would ever see all 7 members of BTS on stage together again. When the group went on hiatus in 2022 so members could complete their mandatory military service in South Korea, fans around the world had to accept a painful reality. Their favorite group was going to be separated, and nobody knew exactly when they would come back. But here's the thing about ARMY, they never stopped supporting. They never stopped streaming. They never stopped believing. And now, that faith is being rewarded. The announcement dropped in January 2026 like a bomb. BTS confirmed their comeback album titled Rang, set to release on March 20th, 2026, followed by a massive world tour spanning from 2026 to 2027. We're talking about dozens of cities across multiple continents. But among all those dates, one particular show is generating more buzz than any other: Los Angeles in September 2026. Why Los Angeles? Why is this date so special? Well, let me break it down for you, because the answer has everything to do with the phenomenon we now call the Jimin effect. If you've been anywhere near social media, retail websites, or K-pop news in the last couple of years, you've probably heard this term, the Jimin effect. But what does it actually mean? In simple terms, it's the measurable economic and cultural impact that happens whenever Park Jimin is associated with literally anything. A product, an event, a location, a brand. When Jimin touches it, it explodes. We're not talking about normal celebrity endorsement boost here. We're talking about a complete phenomenon that has economists, marketing analysts, and industry insiders absolutely fascinated. Let me give you some concrete examples so you understand the scale we're dealing with. In January 2026, multiple products sold out completely just because Jimin was seen using them or wearing them. The later Angel Muted Hair Oil sold out before it even officially launched. A bunny ear hoodie from Sense, gone in hours. Designer items from Dior, limited edition caps, even specific wallet styles, all vanished from online stores the moment fans spotted them in Jimin's photos or videos. This isn't just fan enthusiasm. This is a documented pattern that retailers have learned to anticipate and prepare for, though preparation rarely seems adequate when the Jimin effect kicks in. But it goes way beyond physical products. When Jimin appeared on the cover of Vogue Korea in February 2026, the magazine released 7 different cover versions, all featuring him in Dior collections. Those magazines became instant collector's items. Models and fashion industry insiders were sharing the images on their social media, not because they were paid to, but because the photography and styling were genuinely stunning. Jimin has this ability to elevate everything he's part of, bringing artistic credibility and commercial success simultaneously, which is incredibly rare in the entertainment industry. Now let's talk about why American audiences specifically are going absolutely crazy over this Los Angeles concert date. Jimin's solo work has achieved something that very few K-pop artists have managed in the United States: sustained, long-term chart success. His single, Who, didn't just hit the Billboard charts and disappear. It stayed there for 76 weeks. Let me repeat that. 76 weeks. That's a year and a half of consistent charting, making it the longest charting solo K-pop song in Billboard history. This isn't a flash in the pan. This is proof of genuine, lasting appeal to American listeners. His EP Muse has been equally impressive, remaining on the Billboard World Albums chart for 76 weeks as well, setting records as the longest charting album by any Asian solo artist. These numbers matter because they translate directly into ticket demand. Every person who has been streaming, who for the past year and a half, every listener who has had Muse on repeat, Every fan who discovered Jimin through his solo work, all of them are going to be competing for tickets to this Los Angeles concert. And we haven't even counted the longtime BTS fans yet, the ARMY members who have been supporting the group since their early days and have been desperately waiting for this reunion. The American music market is notoriously difficult to crack, especially for non-English language artists. The fact that Jimin has not only cracked it but dominated certain segments of it speaks to his unique appeal. His vocal style, his performance artistry, his emotional authenticity, all of these elements resonate with American audiences in a way that transcends language barriers. When he performs live, it's not just about hitting notes or executing choreography. It's about creating an emotional experience that audiences feel deeply, and people are willing to pay extraordinary amounts of money to experience that in person. Los Angeles holds a very special place in the BTS story, and particularly in their relationship with American fans. This isn't just a random tour stop. LA has been a consistent home for BTS in America, a city where they've performed some of their most memorable shows. From earlier tours at smaller venues to eventually filling massive stadiums like SoFi Stadium and the Rose Bowl, Los Angeles has witnessed BTS's growth in America firsthand. The city has a large and incredibly passionate Korean-American community, plus LA's status as an entertainment capital means it's a natural hub for K-pop culture in the United States. But here's what makes September 2026 different from previous LA shows. This will be the first time many fans have seen BTS perform together in 4 years. The last major tour before the hiatus was in 2019, and while there were some pandemic-era performances in 2021, those were limited and restricted. This September concert represents a full, unrestricted reunion performance with years of pent-up demand behind it. Fans who were teenagers when BTS went on hiatus are now adults with jobs and disposable income, ready to spend whatever it takes to be there. New fans who discovered BTS or Jimin during the hiatus have never seen them perform live at all. Combined with the existing longtime fans, you have a perfect storm of demand. The venue hasn't been officially announced yet, but speculation is intense. SoFi Stadium seems like the obvious choice, given its massive capacity of over 70,000 people and BTS's history of selling it out. However, some industry insiders think BTS might choose multiple nights at a slightly smaller venue to create more intimate experiences, or possibly the enormous Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum to maximize attendance. But here's the brutal math. Even if they perform at a 70,000 capacity venue for 2 nights, that's only 140,000 seats. Now compare that against millions of potential ticket buyers worldwide, and you start to understand why experts are predicting tickets will vanish in minutes. Let's talk about what's actually going to happen when tickets go on sale, because this is where things get genuinely intense. ARMY is not a typical fan base. They are organized, strategic, technologically sophisticated, and absolutely relentless when it comes to supporting BTS. These fans have years of experience battling ticket sales for high-demand concerts. They know every trick in the book. Pre-sale codes, verified fan programs, credit card early access, multiple device strategies, coordinated group efforts across time zones. When ARMY sets their collective mind on securing tickets, they bring the same energy and planning that has made them one of the most powerful forces in the music industry. The Jimin effect adds another layer of complication to an already impossible situation. While all 7 BTS members have dedicated individual fan bases, Jimin consistently ranks at or near the top in popularity metrics. In January 2026, he ranked number 1 in individual idol brand reputation with a score that had increased over 26% from the previous month. When he posted photos from the airport in February with his new blonde hair, he dominated Korean search trends for days. This level of individual star power means that people who might be casual BTS listeners but devoted Jimin fans will be fighting for tickets alongside hardcore ARMY members, multiplying the competition exponentially. Ticketing platforms are going to crash. This isn't pessimism, it's a realistic prediction based on what happens whenever extremely high-demand events go on sale. Websites that handle millions of transactions daily will buckle under the concentrated assault of fans, all clicking at the exact same millisecond. Error messages will appear. Shopping carts will time out. People will get all the way to checkout only to have tickets disappear from their cart. The frustration will be intense, And the vast majority of people trying to buy tickets will fail simply because the mathematics make success nearly impossible. Let's talk money, because this is where the conversation gets really interesting and sometimes uncomfortable. BTS concerts have historically offered a range of prices from relatively affordable upper-level seats to premium packages costing hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Those premium packages typically include things like soundcheck access, exclusive merchandise, and prime viewing locations. For this reunion tour, pricing strategies will have to balance fan accessibility with market reality, and that's a genuinely difficult challenge. Here's the thing. Fans have demonstrated they're willing to pay extraordinary prices for BTS tickets. During previous tours, resale markets saw tickets selling for many times their face value. Premium seats that originally cost a few $100s were resold for $3,000, $5,000, even higher. For this September Los Angeles concert, featuring the long-awaited reunion and Jimin at the absolute peak of his solo career popularity, resale prices could reach absolutely insane levels. We could be looking at premium seats selling for $10,000 or more on secondary markets. This creates a moral and economic dilemma for artists and promoters. Should official ticket prices reflect what fans are clearly willing to pay, or should they maintain lower face values, knowing that scalpers and resellers will capture the difference? BTS and their team have historically tried to keep prices more accessible, but that generosity often just means that professional resellers, bots, and scalpers profit instead of the artists or the actual fans. There's no perfect solution, but whatever pricing strategy is chosen for the LA concert, it's guaranteed to generate intense debate. The secondary market is its own complicated beast. Despite efforts to limit resale through non-transferable tickets and verified fan systems, secondary markets persist. For an event this massive, with this much demand, resale platforms will be absolutely flooded with tickets at premium prices. Fans will face agonizing decisions about whether to pay those inflated prices or risk missing out entirely. It's frustrating, it feels unfair, but it's also simple supply and demand economics playing out in real time. Here's something that makes the LA ticket situation even more intense. This isn't just Americans competing for seats. BTS is a global phenomenon, and fans from Asia, Europe, Latin America, South America, Africa, Australia, everywhere, they're all looking at that Los Angeles date as a potential opportunity. For international fans, attending a BTS concert in Los Angeles offers something beyond just the show itself. It's a chance to visit one of the world's most iconic cities, potentially combine the trip with tourism, and be part of what will undoubtedly be a historic event. Travel packages are already being planned by fan organizers and commercial companies. These packages combine concert tickets with hotel accommodations, transportation, and sometimes tourist experiences around Los Angeles. Hotels near potential venue locations are seeing increased booking activity months in advance. Some fans are making reservations without even knowing the exact venue, preferring to secure accommodations and modify or cancel later rather than risk being completely shut out. This international dimension adds thousands more people to an already overwhelmed ticketing situation. The economic impact on Los Angeles will be substantial. Studies of previous BTS concerts have shown that host cities benefit enormously from the influx of fans. People spend money on hotels, restaurants, shopping, transportation, and local attractions. For the September 2026 concert, economic impact could easily reach tens of millions of dollars when all spending is tallied. Local businesses are already preparing, with some planning special K-pop themed menus, decorations, and Korean language services to welcome the expected fan invasion. One of the most beautiful and sometimes underappreciated aspects of BTS concerts is the fan project culture that surrounds them. ARMY is famous for coordinating elaborate displays of support, from synchronized light shows creating ocean waves of color to massive charitable donations made in members' names. For Jimin specifically, fan projects tend to be particularly creative and extensive. Previous projects have included full-page advertisements in major publications, digital billboards in Times Square, donations to causes he supports, and elaborate venue decorations. For the Los Angeles concert, fan project organizers are already beginning to coordinate despite the show being months away. These projects require significant planning, fundraising, and execution. But here's the catch. Many fan projects require actual concert tickets to implement. Project organizers need people inside the venue to coordinate light displays or distribute materials. This means they're competing in the same limited ticket pool as individual fans just trying to attend, adding yet another layer of demand to an already impossible situation. The creativity and dedication behind these fan projects is genuinely impressive. When you attend a BTS concert and see thousands of fans holding up coordinated lights, creating patterns and messages visible from stage, that doesn't happen accidentally. That's months of planning, design work, material production, and coordination. For Jimin, whose artistic sensibility and emotional performances inspire particularly devoted fan responses, the September LA concert will likely see some of the most ambitious fan projects ever attempted. Let's talk about what fans are actually going to experience if they manage to secure tickets, because understanding what's at stake makes the ticket battle intensity make more sense. Nobody knows the exact set list yet, but we can make some educated guesses based on BTS's history and current circumstances. The concert will likely feature a mix of new material from the Era album, classic BTS hits that fans have been unable to hear live for years, and potentially solo segments where individual members showcase their work from the hiatus period. For Jimin, this could mean live performances of Who and songs from his Muse EP that American fans have been streaming for months but have never experienced in person. Imagine being in a stadium with 70,000 people, all singing along to Who, a song that spent 76 weeks on Billboard charts, a song that has become genuinely meaningful to millions of listeners. The emotional intensity of that moment will be absolutely overwhelming. Jimin's performance style is incredibly engaging, combining technical vocal skill with raw emotional expression and captivating stage presence. Seeing that in person, in a massive venue with production values that BTS concerts are known for, will be an unforgettable experience. The reunion aspect adds another emotional layer. Fans have watched these 7 men grow as artists and individuals over years. They've supported them through challenges, celebrated their successes, and waited patiently through military service. Seeing them back together on stage, performing as a group again, will be profoundly meaningful for longtime fans. The energy in that venue will be electric, probably overwhelming, definitely emotional. This isn't just a concert, it's a reunion celebration for both the artists and the fans who have remained devoted through years of separation. So what do you actually do if you want tickets to this concert? Let me give you some practical advice, though I'll be honest. Even perfect preparation doesn't guarantee success when demand so drastically exceeds supply. First, you need to register for every possible pre-sale opportunity. Artist pre-sales, credit card pre-sales, venue pre-sales, radio station pre-sales, every avenue that might give you early access. Sign up for BTS's official mailing list. Follow Ticketmaster and the venue on social media. Register your credit cards for cardholder pre-sales. More chances mean better odds, even if those odds remain statistically difficult. When the sale actually happens, preparation is crucial. Make sure you have multiple devices ready: your phone, laptop, maybe a tablet. Ensure your internet connection is stable and fast. Have your account information already entered and saved, so you're not trying to create accounts or remember passwords during the critical moments when tickets are released. Recruit friends and family to help, even if they're not BTS fans, just to increase the number of attempts your group is making. Speed matters enormously in these situations. Seconds can mean the difference between success and disappointment. Be mentally prepared for likely failure. This sounds pessimistic, but it's realistic. When millions of people are competing for hundreds of thousands of seats, most people won't get tickets through initial sales. That doesn't mean give up hope entirely. Sometimes venues release additional seats closer to the event date. Resale markets exist, though at premium prices. Some fans choose to attend the area around the venue even without tickets, meeting fellow fans and experiencing the atmosphere. Managing your expectations helps soften the disappointment that statistically most ticket seekers will experience. This concert represents something larger than just one night of entertainment. It's a cultural moment, a demonstration of how music can create communities that span continents and cultures. BTS's impact on breaking down barriers for Korean artists in Western markets cannot be overstated. They've opened doors that seemed permanently closed, proved that language doesn't have to limit artistic connection, and built one of the most dedicated fan communities in modern music history. The September Los Angeles concert will be a celebration of all of that. Jimin's individual journey within this larger story is particularly compelling. He's grown from being one member of a group to being a solo artist with his own distinct identity and massive individual following, all while maintaining his commitment to BTS and his brothers. His success with Who and Muse proved he could stand alone artistically, while his continued devotion to the group showed he never forgot where he came from. That balance between individual achievement and group loyalty resonates deeply with fans. The media coverage this concert will generate extends far beyond music industry publications. Mainstream American media will cover it as a cultural phenomenon and economic event. Jimin's individual star power, demonstrated through his Vogue cover, brand partnerships, and chart achievements, means he'll likely be a focal point of that coverage. The narrative of military service completion, artistic growth during separation, and triumphant reunion provides compelling storytelling that resonates even with people who aren't K-pop fans. So here we are, months away from what will undoubtedly be one of the most significant concert events of 2026. The Jimin effect that we've seen sell out products, dominate charts, and drive cultural conversations is about to collide with one of the most passionate and organized fan bases in the world. The result will be tickets vanishing in minutes, possibly seconds, as millions of people simultaneously try to secure their place at this historic reunion. For those who succeed in getting tickets, September 2026 in Los Angeles will be a night they remember for the rest of their lives. The performance, the energy, the emotion of seeing BTS reunited and Jimin performing at the peak of his powers, it will be extraordinary. For those who don't get tickets, the disappointment will be real and valid, but the community, the shared anticipation, and the continued support for these artists will remain. The Jimin effect has been measured in sales figures, chart positions, and brand reputation scores. Soon it will be measured in ticketing chaos, resale market prices, and the economic impact on Los Angeles. But ultimately, what it really measures is the connection between an artist and the people who find meaning in his work. That connection is powerful enough to make millions of people set alarms, prepare multiple devices, and compete desperately for the chance to be in the same room as someone whose music has touched their lives. Whether you get tickets or not, whether you're a longtime ARMY member or someone who just discovered Jimin through Who, you're part of this moment. The anticipation, the preparation, the hope, that's all part of the experience. And when those tickets go on sale and disappear in minutes, it won't just be a ticketing statistic. It will be proof of something remarkable. That art still has the power to create community, generate passion, and bring people together across every boundary that might otherwise separate them. Get ready, because the Jimin effect is about to show us exactly how powerful one artist's connection with fans can be. This is going to be absolutely historic.